Here on The Metal Voice is the show you've been waiting for throughout the last 12 months.
Yes.
With bated breath to find out what those two crazy, wacky guys on The Metal Voice are going to choose for their top 10 albums of the year. And here we are. Today is the day you'll find out which ones made the cut and which ones didn't. Honorable mentions, Jim. Which ones did not make the top 10 but deserve
honorable mentions of 2013? First of all, we had this long list, this huge list. There were so many great releases that came out this year. So many amazing releases. I thought maybe we have to do a top 40 list, but you know what? We had to.
No time.
No, we have to do 10. It's got to be 10. That's the number 10. But we have some honorable mentions.
There we go.
And maybe you think these guys are on the top 10 list. Honorable mentions: Newstead, Heavy Metal Music, Metal Church. Generation Nothing.
Airborne, Black Dog Barking.
Udo.
Thunder.
The Steelhammer.
Steelhammer.
Lordy. Lordy. To Beast or Not to Beast. So these were some phenomenal
Queensryche.
Queensryche.
There you go.
Not Jeff Tate version, the other version.
Queensryche. Hey, is that settled yet? We'll find out.
We'll find out soon.
Queensryche.
So let's get started, Alan.
Our top 10.
The Metal Voice. Top 10 metal albums of 2013.
These are the top metal albums of 2013 as expressed on The Metal Voice. Here we go with number 10.
Eden's Curse.
Symphony of Sin. Jim, I've been trying to find these guys' albums for years. They're impossible to find in record stores. I've been listening to them on the internet. New singer. Here we go. New singer is, let me get his name correct here, Mijak. Nikola Mijak. Former singer with Serbian band Alogia. Takes over the vocals. And what a job.
Yeah, it's a great job.
Hey man, you like melodic rock, melodic metal? Again, produced by Dennis Ward. I was going to say, if you like Pink Cream 69, you're going to love these guys. Well, there's that connection again. Dennis Ward produced this. Dennis Ward produced Unisonic. Lots of different bands, and he does a great job on this one. The sound is right here, right in your face at all times. Standout tracks for me were Break the Silence and the over 7-minute intro, first song, Symphony of Sin, with a real orchestra.
For me, Alan, this album, it's just the vocals. The vocals are incredible.
Great job.
He's got a unique voice. And not only does he have a unique voice, he can sing. He can really sing. And that to me is the biggest plus of the album. So,
and
number 10.
Production.
And production, Dennis Ward just does it. He's the new Michael Wagner of the decade.
I think so, Jimmy.
So Eden's Curse, number 10. Let's go right till number 9.
Black Star Riders.
All hell breaks loose.
Hey guys, you know, if you saw Thin Lizzy out on tour, and again, we won't get into that debate. Hey, it's the former members of Thin Lizzy. They're too good live not to release new material. So what happened, they went into the studio. Basically, Scott Gorham, Ricky Warwick takes over in lead vocals and guitar. Does a great job, writes most of the songs. He's got a voice that's more like Phil Lynott compared to John Sykes. This album, for me, is a 9 out of 10. Some of the tracks like Bound for Glory really get back right into that Thin Lizzy groove. They paid homage to Thin Lizzy. They went back to the old records, listened to what they sounded like, but it's their own stuff. It's a brand new band, Black Star Riders, Scott Gorham on guitar. And the only bad thing I can say, Jim, I would have loved to have heard this album with Brian Downey, one of my favorite drummers of all time, on it. But it's a great album, good hard rock album, and you should go out there and check it out. If you like Thin Lizzy, you're gonna love this stuff.
And again, we're the Metal Voice, but we go a little further than just metal. We go into hard rock, progressive rock, and all the other
metal.
Okay, here we go. Number 8. Who do you think it's gonna be, Alan? Who do you think it is?
I don't know, Jim.
It's Motorhead. Aftershock.
Remember me now, Motorhead. It's all right. It's Lemmy. Lemmy.
Anyways, Aftershock, Motorhead.
You like this? You like this more than the last album?
I love this better than the last album. Consistent, a beautiful cover, by the way, beautiful package. Straight in your face, Motorhead, speed, thrash, jazzy, bluesy. It's got all the elements of probably a little more than
they play rock and roll.
They play rock and roll, but it's just a great Motorhead album, consistent. It's what you expect from Motorhead and a little bit more.
I was a little surprised by the ballad in there with the 46-piece orchestra and Lemmy when he hit that high notes of in his falsetto voice.
Who are we kidding, Alan? There's no ballad.
Motorhead, guys, don't expect anything to change, and that's why they're at number 8 on our top 10 list.
Aftershock. So here we go.
Number 7.
Number 7.
The Comeback Kings. These guys, I'm telling you, the last few albums have been so consistent, so great. Saxon. Sacrifice. We did a show earlier in the year reviewing this album. It's still a great album. I enjoy it as much today as I did when I first listened to it. Is it as good as A Call to Arms? Like we said, maybe a little notch below, but still a band that I think is playing some of their best music, performing live as always, a great show. Saxon's Sacrifice.
I got to say, Alan, when I first put on Sacrifice for the first time, I go, there's no way they're going to outdo themselves that they, Call to Arms. They just can't beat it.
I agree.
I put it on, and from that first track is just incredible. They just like Motorhead. I mean, consistently well-written songs, that unique voice, just like Biff and Lemmy. They got that unique style. You can't go wrong.
Nobody sounds like Biff. You're right. That's it.
Yeah.
And they're playing as if they're a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Yeah. And they're getting better. They're getting better, Alan. And I mean, if you're going to say from the last album, you're just talking about maybe a touch. I would say even equal, but the same.
Okay.
A difference, sorry.
There you go.
All right, so here we go.
Number
6, we're going all the way to Germany.
One of my favorite bands. Avantageous. Toby, thank you, Toby. Avantageous, Mystery of Time. We also reviewed this one this year, Jim. First listen, it was one of my least favorite Avantasia albums, but it grew on me. Yes. And the more I listened to it, Biff's on it. Biff does, that's my favorite track.
Yeah.
Eric Martin does a great job. Michael Kiske, of course, is back. Amanda Somerville. This album really grew on me, and that's why it's at number 6 on the Heavy Metal
Bullet.
Metal Boys Top 10.
Avantasia, you can't go wrong. Just like Motorhead and just like Saxon, it's just power metal at its best with all the guest vocalists, which makes it exciting
and new.
Well-written songs, just like Saxon and just
I don't know
like
how
Motorhead.
he does it.
Yeah.
He's one little guy. He's about this tall.
It doesn't sound
plays
generic.
Bass.
Yeah.
And he writes all these great songs.
Yeah, Toby.
Thank you,
good
Toby.
Job. All right, number 5. Out of nowhere.
Now we're getting into the ones that we were in complete agreement on.
Yes.
Our top 5 made both our lists. And here they are. We're going with
Fate's Warning, Darkness in a Different Light. And again, we just reviewed that album.
With Giles Lavery.
Giles Lavery from Dragon's Claw. It's a comeback album. I mean, I don't even know if it's a comeback album. It's coming back again.
It's been a while since they released an album with Ray Alder. Again, Arch Mateos.
Yeah. Crisp production, well-written songs, emotional, dynamic. It's got the ballad. It has those
the dark and the light,
those long, epic songs, and at the same time, your typical Fate's Warning songs. A fantastic album, well-deserved number 5 position.
Number 5, I agree. Fate's Warning. They're touring right now. Go out and check them out, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
No. Number 4.
Here we go, a band.
Yes.
That we spoke about in the past.
If you love metal.
If you love Christian metal.
If you love
Stripers. No More Hell to Pay. First of all, the best album cover of the year.
Absolutely.
Best album cover of their career.
Yes.
Michael Sweet, in my opinion, sings better today than he did in his 20s or back in the 80s. His voice is extraordinary.
Yes.
This is a much more focused album, a little bit more on the darker side, but the power, it's in your face. They want to hit you. They physically want to come out and hit you in the face.
But they don't because they're Christians. Because they're Christians.
They wouldn't, yes, it was figuratively speaking, because that would be unchristian-like for them to actually do that. But that's the kind of what sound they wanted on the sound, produced by
Michael Sweet. For me, Alan, you're taking the dark elements of the 90s, the Striper sound of the 90s. You're mixing it in with the classic sound of Stryper in the 80s. You're putting a 2013 production on it, and that's what that album is. Catchy, melodic, dark, because all the songs are written in the minor key. His voice, his vocal performance is phenomenal. Oz Fox, that sound, that Oz Fox guitar sound, with, and the falsettos, those high screams, they're all there. Everything you love about Stryper is there. They do a cover song as well.
Jesus is just all right. Oh yeah, right. Doobie Brothers.
There you go.
There's one. I guess that one didn't make the cut.
It's actually a cover, a song covered by, many bands. But again, a very strong album from start to finish. You can't go wrong, and you feel good after listening to this album.
Stryper always puts a smile on my face.
All right. So let's go. Let's really
Number 3. Here we go. The top 3. Drum roll. This is where we need
this is what a lot of debating on this one.
This is what debating. This is a no-brainer.
Halloween.
Go ahead.
Say it.
No, you go ahead.
You say it. I'm a gentleman.
Straight Outta Hell.
Straight Outta Hell.
Jim, we waited for this album.
Yes.
We got to see them live on tour.
Got to meet them.
Got to meet Mikey, Vikey, and the boys.
Yes.
And, is it as strong as maybe the 2 precedent ones? No, I don't find. But this is still a great album.
Yep.
And it made our top 10 at number 3.
For me, Alan, it made our top 3 list because it's a solid Halloween album. I mean, every song is melodic, fast, and everything you'd expect from Halloween.
Everything.
And the production is great as well, which makes a huge difference. It's like their 90s albums were good, but the production was sort of weak in the 90s. But this album, I don't know how they're going to top this album. For me, this is probably one of their best studio albums that they put out. I mean, next to Keeper 1 and 2, with Andy Darius, it's probably one of the best ones.
Keeper 3 was a great album.
Keeper 3 was a great album. We're not going to go down the list now, but it's one of their best Andy Darius albums out there, and well-deserved number 3 position.
Number 3, Halloween. Number 2, Jim.
Yes.
I think people are waiting to find out, hey, where's this one going to play? Where's it going to fit in? Because everybody's unanimous on Black Sabbath. 13. Yes. Made it number 2.
Yeah.
This is the album everybody was waiting for years. They finally got the time to do it. Rick Rubin got them in. They got the old sound back. Riffmeister General.
Yes.
Tony Iommi. There's riffs coming. Master riffs.
Yep.
Monumental riffs coming. 4 or 5 different changes within the same song. This guy, it's
Ozzy gloom doom singing, right? His vocals.
Geezer's lyrics are back.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like we said at the time we reviewed this album, monumental is the word that came. Yeah. A masterpiece. Nothing can be said bad, except, maybe we would have loved to see Bill Ward on it, but that didn't happen. That's the only negative.
I hate to say this,
but
it sounds like Bill Ward does play on it in a sense, right?
That's right.
They captured the Bill Ward sound there. And Rick Rubin did a phenomenal job in the production side of things.
They're out touring.
Yeah, they're out touring, and this album is basically all the elements you love of their Ozzy years.
Black Sabbath.
It's right there. It's catchy. It's melodic. It's doomy. It's gloomy, and you could check out a review on this as well.
There you go. Everything you want from Black Sabbath is on this album. More. That's why it's at number 2.
The Metal Voice #1 album of 2013.
Are you ready for this, Alan?
Number 1.
The best album of 2013.
That we collectively agreed upon.
Agreed upon. It took years.
It
took a whole year to agree upon this. Actually, no, it didn't, because it was released later on this year.
It took decades. And this kind of hurts me to say, our #1 album.
Dream Theater. Dream Theater.
Eponymously titled.
Yes.
Album. Hey, this is the band that I struggled with for years. Here's the album that does it for me. This is what I've been waiting for their entire career. Focused. Shorter songs. No sidetracks.
Well, there's a lot.
Get the business done. Even a 3-minute song. What? Dream Theater, 3-minute. What are they?
Who are these guys?
The Beatles? Hey, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, ends with a 20-minute masterpiece. Masterpiece.
We got the instrumental on there as well.
Instrumental. He thought it was Rush. You know what I mean?
Nod to the old school album. Nod to the old school proggy bands.
Well said.
A little bit of Yes, a little bit of Rush influence, but not to the point where it sounds like Yes and it sounds like Rush. Just like little flavors, little sprinkles of prog. Little sprinkles.
Everything you love about this band. Focused. Succinct. To the point.
To the point.
This is it. What an album. #1 album right here on the Metal Voice. Dream Theater's Dream Theater.
Dream Theater.
So there you go, our top 10 list